Topical.
Hey guys, welcome to the TBD podcast. We'll be taking you through a couple of questions that we have. John is trying to figure out any topical topics.
No, I was looking for topical ointments because my new glasses give me a rash behind my ears.
I see.
I'm trying to use my Siri speech.
All right.
Anyway, speaking of topical, we're gonna stay on topic.
Nah, man, can't do that.
You're right.
Alright. Oh yeah, very seriousness.
But yeah, I actually got a question.
What's up, man?
What? I'm keeping in track with Pokemon. I know you told me, Jesus, but I forgot. What is our history with Pokemon? Actually, I'm curious.
Oh, our history with Pokemon.
Yeah, how did you first get into Pokemon?
This story goes long time. I'll save it for last if you guys want to go first.
You want to go, Mark?
I mean, sure. So, what? I think I was 4, and my mom somehow got a Filipino a Filipino Game Boy Color, I think, or Game Boy. And I had let me see, I got Pokemon Red, Gold, and I might have had Blue. I'm not too sure, but I was way too stupid for to get past the village area, because it's like I didn't pay attention to what they were saying, and it was also that weird thing where you have to go to the first town, then you have to go back to the pallet town, and I'm like, why? Yeah. I just quit Pokemon for that. Then I didn't get into the sauce until I believe the second Pokemon movie.
Oh, like the Pokemon 2000 with Lugia.
Yeah, that's when I got started getting lost in the sauce, and I forget which generation in the game.
I think at that time was when second gen had just came out. No?
What year?
Yeah. 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was second gen. Yeah. And ever since then, for some reason, anytime I play through each Pokemon, I've just gone with grass type.
Oh, so you were a Bulbasaur, man, right?
Yeah.
You got that Chikorita.
Chikorita. It wasn't until I believe Heart Gold came out. That's when I started doing random or water and grass. I never did fire type. I just didn't feel like doing the grind.
You wanted easy mode.
I wanted to cheese the game.
Also, you had access to Arcanine because you didn't have to choose between the 2 fire types. I respect that.
Yeah.
The good fire type.
Yeah.
The good fire type. The most loyal fire type.
I wasn't a fan of Arcanine, honestly. I chose...
man, I always wanted to have an Arcanine, but I always went with the fire starters.
Yeah, I went with fire starters too, but in general, even if I didn't, I wasn't personally a fan of Arcanine. I didn't really like his design. I actually liked Rapidash as a kid more so than Arcanine.
Ah, so you were a blue version type of guy.
No, I had red version.
Oh. Wait, can you catch both of them? I don't know.
Well, you didn't want them? You didn't want the Dynamax?
I already have them. That's how I caught the last one.
Oh, you got another Dynamax one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So like I said, I'm just grinding on this.
Oh, okay.
Just for the background vids.
All right.
Anyway,
so
how about you, John? What was your first experience?
20 years and 6 months. 20 years and 4 months ago.
Oh, nice.
It was my birthday at a Chuck E. Cheese, 6th birthday. My family coordinated because my mom got me a Game Boy Color, and my cousin got me Pokemon Red version.
Ooh, nice.
So, like Mark, I too had difficulty with the first town. I didn't realize that you had to walk in the tall grass because I took it to heart. Like, if you don't have a Pokemon, you can't go in the grass. And I was like, well, I don't have a Pokemon, so I shouldn't go in the grass. So I did. And I was like, I wandered around for like probably 20 minutes in Palatine. I was like, I don't know what to do. So I just put the game up. And I came back like a week later. And so I was like, oh, you gotta walk in the grass. And then they triggered the Professor Oak thing and all that stuff. But then I was really into the show, like super hardcore.
Oh, nice. So like, was the show first for you, or was the game first for you?
The show was first for me. That's why they knew to give me Pokemon. I watched it all the time.
Oh, so you knew of the Johto? No, not the Johto.
Kanto.
The Indigo League.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I started with Kanto. My favorite first one. My 7th birthday was actually Pokemon themed.
Oh, nice. That's
Um,
pretty dope. I remember my sister's I think her 4th birthday was Pokemon themed. That's around the time that the Celebi movie had just come
oh,
out.
nice.
Pokemon Forever.
Let's see. I think mine was around the time when. No, I don't even.
I know it
remember.
might have been around that time actually.
Mine was so yeah, and then I just watched. I watched it all. I watched every episode. I remember I had to have all the games. I had red version, and then I got. I got gold. I got silver. I got silver. Then I got crystal. But I know if like my parents knew that like I'm basically just buying a game with a couple of different Pokemon, they would not have bought me the game. It's like we just bought you the game. Why need the game again? I was like, no, it's different. I can get different ones. Then my favorite generation was Generation 3. I loved Omega, Ruby, Sapphire. I'm sorry, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. That was my favorite generation.
Yeah, funny enough, that's actually the generation I almost skipped if it wasn't for the advent of emulation.
Oh, I skipped. Speaking of skipping, I skipped generation. That was 3. I skipped 4, 5, and 6.
I forgot which one was 4 and 5.
4 and 5 was Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, the ones with the
Oh, yeah, I
god
played
Pokemon.
Yeah, 6 was 5 was Black and White.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I
Black and
skipped
White
3.
2. And then
But 3
6
so
was
good,
X and Y.
But he had the trumpets, dude.
It did forget the trumpets.
Three was the
one
Totodile, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I skipped it. I was pretty sad.
I mainly skipped because I didn't have a DS.
Yeah.
I had a DS, but I broke it. I didn't get a new one. But I broke the charger, and I didn't want to keep asking for a new charger. It's just like I had a charger, and I broke it, and I got a new one. I broke it again.
Funny enough, 3 is actually the one that kind of rekindled the love for Pokemon a little bit too. Because if I remember correctly, 2 came out in '99, Gen 2, and then Gen 3 didn't come out until like 4 or 5 years later.
Yeah.
And there was like the Nuzlocke area, the Nuzlocke times, because I think they waited until like the DS came out for the 4th generation. So like for a hot minute, we didn't have Pokemon games.
Yeah, I remember that. I just played the old versions.
Yeah.
But when I was like, how old was I? 3 years ago, 2.5. So I was like 24, 23. I got into Sun and Moon because I worked at GameStop at the time, and Sun and Moon did a release. And I was like, yeah, I'll get Sun and Moon. This looks pretty cool. I like the Hawaii theme. I like it all. That's why I was like looking into it. I was like, and I really got into Sun and Moon. I played the hell out of it. I have Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon.
Oh yeah, I
remember.
I remember that time.
Haven't played Moon or Ultra Moon. I haven't finished Ultra Sun either. But I just have it and I enjoyed it. And then I have Sword and Shield. So I really enjoyed Pokemon.
Well, but my main thing with the Ultra series was that it wasn't really like a continuation. It was just the same plot, right?
Yes, it was the same plot in a different
more.
universe.
Yeah, because for
more.
me, the reason why I bought Black 2 and Black White 2,
It's a different story.
it was literally 2 years later in canon.
Yeah.
Story.
Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon just double downs on a lot of the concepts they introduced in the original. Like it really reinforces like alternate dimensions. And it's like, okay, this is pretty cool. Oh, it should have been Top Spin.
It should have been.
But yeah, so what's your experience with Pokemon?
For me, funny enough, it doesn't actually start with the main series games. I started out watching the anime like many young people, and I think my family we didn't have cable at the time. We still had like that regular like Channel 3 nonsense going on.
Oh yeah.
Where like the Univision and Telemundo were like a thing.
Sap.
Yep.
Turn that sap on.
I gotta put that sap.
Well, no, it's true. It's like because my dad didn't want to pay for extra shit. So what he ended up doing was just like rent out like a bunch of movies and stuff like that. And one of the the movies that we used to rent out all the time, to the point where like eventually he just bought them for us, were the Pokemon VHSs. Specifically the Mighty Pokemon Race. The one with Primeape, which I think was the one afterward, and the Lavender Town episodes.
Oh, when
Oh.
Ash dies?
Yeah, where Ash and Pikachu whole ass die in those
They get
episodes.
crushed by a chandelier. Their souls ascend from their body, and the ghost Pokemon just start chilling with them.
Exactly.
Which episode was it? Which series was it where Brock almost married Ninetales Disillusion?
It's that same series. It was in
It was, yeah.
it was later on in the series where like
they
they
go to
enter
an island or something?
no they enter a mansion.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And then everybody's saying like how much Brock looks like the Duke that left the Ninetales there, and the Ninetales was trying to like get him to stay.
So I turned it to the owner, like, I'll marry you because I love you.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Brock was in the sauce, of course.
He's always
So yeah, so that's how I started off with Pokemon, and I found out that one of my friends who had an N64 at the time had Pokemon Stadium, the first one.
Oh, I wanted to play
boy.
that one.
Yeah, so that I played the hell out of that, and I was trying to convince my parents to get me one. That never happened, mostly because, you know, it just wasn't a priority for them. My dad wanted me to like do sports and shit. Skip over a couple of years when Pokemon Silver and Gold came out, and then Crystal came out right afterwards. Funny enough, I actually found that at a flea market, that copy of Pokemon Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
And since it was like super cheap because nobody really like knew Pokemon, it was just like, hey, like Game Boy Color, $40, Pokemon, $10, because you know, it was a phenomenon, but it wasn't like how it is now, where like it's a collectible type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if a game was pre-owned back then and that was a Pokemon game, it'd go for like $10. So I asked my dad. My dad finally like caved in and was just like, you know what, it's no more than $50. I'll buy everything for you. And that's how I got my first Pokemon game, was Pokemon Crystal. Funny enough.
Nice.
I played the hell out of that game. My favorite, and still to this day, my favorite starter will always be Cyndaquil, the Cyndaquil line.
I think my favorite starter has to be. It's hard for me to choose. I Trico line.
Trico?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Trico line's my favorite.
that was pretty sauce.
Yeah, that was actually like one of the better
My
grass starters.
favorite-
In
My recent favorite, I believe, is not Mudkips. What was the penguin name again?
my opinion. The
Piplup?
Piplups.
Piplup.
Oh, the
Piplup had a
Piplups
really
sauce,
cool
dude.
line.
It did.
It's one of the few water steel types out there, dude.
Yeah.
My
That's pretty
only
cool.
regret with the Trico line is it didn't get a dual typing in the end. It's the only starter from that didn't get one from that.
Yeah,
generation.
honestly, if for my ticket, it should have gotten the ice type or something like that.
Trico.
Well, because I mean, like, Mudkip has that ground water, right? Which basically makes him a uni weakness Pokemon. It is 4 times weakness, but it's a uni weakness. Oh, I guess he really didn't need it, right?
He didn't need it, but it would have been nice because I think they didn't have anything that really like made sense because like Mudkip was like it was like like those mudfish that like live half in mud, half in
True.
water, so it's like ground water. You have Blaziken, who's literally it's a cockfighting chicken, so it's a firefighting.
Yeah,
And
that
you
makes sense.
Trico, who's just Sceptile, who's a tree. Now when they gave Mega Sceptile the dragon, that made sense to me.
Yeah, that made sense. We have a Pikachu already. Yeah, and after that, funny enough, I went back one step and I got a copy of Pokemon Yellow later on,
Oh,
and I played the hell out of that. And that's actually how I got a Mew and a Mewtwo, because you know how like in that generation you can go back in time and trade with other
Yeah.
players for the previous gen.
between gens 1 and 2.
Yeah, that was the whole thing.
Okay.
And so I used that to you know, basically trade over Pokemon that I didn't have. I got all the starters. I resetted that game so many times to get those starters because I didn't know what Pokemon cloning was at the time.
Yeah.
which for anybody who doesn't know, and I don't know if there's anybody left on this planet who doesn't know about that, considering the internet. In Pokemon Crystal had a great glitch that would happen whenever you would try to like change your box and save your and then turn it off while the file is saving. When you would come back, you would have a Pokemon in your party and a Pokemon in your box. So you could essentially just clone as many as you can. So like if you did have like one of those rare Mewtwo Pokemon in your game, you could literally just pass it around the schoolyard if you were a nice kid, or just be like, I have a whole team of Mewtwo's. Just, yeah.
It's a secret tech, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I remember that glitch. I was like, what clone? Oh, yeah.
I mean, eventually I figured it out, which was great. Oh, come on. And then after that, like I said earlier, I basically almost skipped Gen 3 because I did have a Game Boy Advance, but like it wasn't that I wasn't losing interest in Pokemon. It was more like I had just recently moved out from our original house, so like money was tight, and I didn't want to put that burden on my parents or whatever. And then when the DS games came out, I think I convinced one of my sisters to ask for it for her birthday, or was it Christmas? I don't remember. Oh no, I remember now. So my cousin got a DS before all of us. He got the Legend of Zelda Gold Edition with the Phantom Hourglass. Oh. And so I was the oldest by like a couple years. So my cousin wanted me to beat the Legend of Zelda, so they would all just huddle around me and then just watch me, play Phantom Hourglass. After that, I was like, hey man, check out this game, and it was Pokemon Pearl. And he's just like, oh yeah, I actually have that. I was like, what, you have that? You didn't tell me? So we play, he doesn't get it, so I walk him through it, and eventually he just goes, here, you play. And that's when I convinced my sisters, like, hey, ask for this for Christmas. And then my sister was just like, what is this game? And I'd forgotten at that time. I was just like, what do you mean, what is this game? We play this all the time.
Pokemon.
It's Pokemon. And she's like, oh, like the TV show that we watch? And I was like, yeah, like the TV show that we watch. She was really young still. So yeah, we played that. It got to the point where we both got a copy of Platinum, and then when Soul Silver and Heart Gold came out, we actually ended up putting pre-orders at Best Buy to get the game, which was really cool. I like that. That was like officially my first pre-order ever. And then after that, I was in high school. I had more money, and I just started buying the games on my own, to the point where like I think I had all of them up until the 3DS ones, actually, X and Y, and then I don't know what happened to them. Yeah, that's my history with the Pokemon series. Jesus, it got
So yeah, it sounds like you all have a varied history covering like a very, very vast amount of generations. Like,
yeah, it's crazy. It's funny to think how, like, not everybody found Pokemon the same way.
Yeah.
Like some of us found it through the anime. Some of us found it through like, just playing with friends, getting things randomly from parents or whatever.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, Manny was like a huge avid consumer of the not of the anime, but just the games in general.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how he got into it. He got, I think, both Pokemon Ruby and the Coliseum games on GameCube. That was his gem, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it's crazy. And one of those things that changes with all this nonsense is also our teams. If I know we talk about this a lot as well. Like, what team would you have? Like, what would be that lineup, John?
Oh man, there's so many. Like, I know I recently did one like a while back just for fun.
Well, let me know, man. Like, what's changed about your lineup? I mean, last time I checked, you had like Tyrantrum and stuff like that.
Well, I always like Tyrantrum's like my favorite, so I always keep Tyrantrum in it. I just got finished with the newer one, so I did add some of those ones in it. Like, yeah.
Nice.
It's like Corviknight. I loved Corviknight's design because I like the Raven. I love Ravens, my favorite animal.
Nice.
So like,
so you finally got some representation there.
yeah, because we had like Murkrow and Honchkrow. They're more crows, but like Corviknight is like, yes, that's exactly what I wanted. A crow, like a crow Pokemon aside from being big dark. But honestly, the team I usually go to is like a Tyrantrum, Corviknight, Executor, Glalie, Octillery, and Chandelure.
Pretty balanced there.
Yeah, no, I find it all my teams are more or less balanced than like to cover all my bases. That's why I beat the games also like pretty efficiently. I try to have a well balanced team, and I don't try to catch anything. I'll try to catch everything.
Yeah.
Just try to be well balanced.
Nice.
So that's why I usually avoid normal types a lot, actually, unless I really like them. Because it's like, if I need a tank, I'll get a rock type or a dragon type.
Funny enough, at one point I used to run normal. Jesus, I didn't run away fast enough. I used to run normal types. At least 2 of them in my parties sometimes. Specifically with like the slacking line. When I had those, I was like, I didn't care if slacking didn't move once. They just choose hyper beam.
Yeah,
It wastes the move anyway.
that's true.
So
Something like
was
Mega
one
Punch or something else he's recharging.
Yeah, exactly. So like for recharge moves, he's great because he has the health to tank it. Yeah, the only problem would be just not being able to withstand a hit. Which, I mean, even against fighting types, he had the slacking line has a really nice defense to go with it. What about you, Mark? What would your Pokemon team be?
It's, if I remember right, it's usually been like my favorite Pokemons. It didn't really matter to me if I didn't have type coverage. So it would have been like Snorlax. I believe Sylveon is the fairy Eevee. Yeah, Sylveon. I've always had. Recently it became Wailord, no matter how much of a meme it is, because I don't know. That would be the main 3. The other 3s would change. Like I would get Togetic. Other stuff would be probably like Pikachu. Mainly for the meme. I would just keep it super underleveled. It's like as soon as it became useful, I just traded it out. I was like, all right, another one.
Man, they're level 5 Pikachu.
Always a level 5 Pikachu, no matter what. We should do a challenge of that. Can you beat the game with a level 5 Pikachu?
Without getting hit
Then
once.
I would have Dragonite.
Ooh,
So
nice.
like it was sometimes I would switch out the 2 Pokemon for more fairy type stuff, or if I needed tanks for the more tanks.
More sauce, more of that sauce.
So like sometimes I'd have Beware and Milk Tank for like a replacement for like Pikachu and someone else.
yeah.
So never been really a fan of the dragon types besides Dragonite.
Really?
Funny,
Yeah.
don't like Dragonite that much.
Cause
Well, I mean, I find
some
them
of the
cool.
dragons are really cool, but for my personal team that I would like to run if I had another copy of Pokemon just to fight other people, I would just not have a dragon type besides Dragonite.
For me, the dragon types, they've always looked cool, but they're always so late in the game. You just kind of
Yeah, there's no
They're so
point.
strong.
Like
It's
I'm
like-
already bonding over like the team I have.
yeah.
so I was like,
There's
there's no
this
point.
the Sentry I caught in Route 35, which for those people that don't know, Route 35 is actually like really close to the beginning of the game.
The
Pokemon.
second gen.
In the
It's like,
second
it's,
gen.
it's a part of the first route.
Yeah, the only one.
It's where you leave Victory Road to go back to the first town.
Oh, funny enough, the only I think the only dragon type Pokemon that I actually was okay with catching was Dragon Knight.
Yeah.
Dragon Dratini.
Gatini?
Because
Yeah.
you can get him right after the 8th badge in the 2nd gen, and then you still have another 8 badges to go. So you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of worth it. I'll train him, and then Lance
Yeah.
has 3, and you're just like, okay.
My favorite one, you can't get till the very end, unfortunately. Well, actually, no. Sorry. I have 2 favorites from Gen 3, Salamence and Flygon.
Oh, Silence is so cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
right? You can't get them till like the very end. You
Yeah.
need water.
Oh wait, what was that? Was it not Steelix? Steelix was also another personal fave
Oh, dude, Steelix is so
that I would work so hard to get
Steelix was
right.
cool.
because you literally needed another
What was the
game.
flying tank thing with the white X in the face?
Oh, Metagross?
Yeah,
Metagross.
Metagross.
Oh, yeah.
It was such a slog to get that to fucking evolve.
Well, you can't even get it till you beat the Elite Four.
Yeah, and then it just takes forever to evolve. So it's like I port that over to whatever the next game was. and it's-
So you just had him in the party.
Yeah, because like it's like level 10 or some shit, depending on what
I mean, if
happened.
you have both versions, it was easy for that. You say, here, I'll just throw my thing in here. And
Yeah,
I'll just like trade everything else over.
yeah. Like I would just add that as like the second Pokemon I had besides Starter,
Yeah.
and it was just like, yeah, this way I won't be as frustrated because it takes literally to like levels 55, 60ish, right? To evolve.
Yeah, something like
yes.
that.
It was a slog because it was like it had one move,
Metal Claw.
yeah, and it would kill itself sometimes.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, because
ooh,
you'll learn Takedown.
So
yeah, no, it's
that was my favorite. Another favorite Pokemon.
Well, so many regions, so many
for
Pokemon.
yeah.
I'm surprised you guys enjoyed this game, but the fact that you can't even get all your Pokemon in this game,
I mean,
it was
I like
a
it.
travesty. How could Nintendo do this to us? We spent 20 years playing the game and collecting them all, and in the new one, we can't even collect them all.
Oh, guess what, Mel? Before I had money that I earned, I didn't even have a Pokebank, so there was no point. My little brother basically took every Pokemon game I've ever had and deleted all my Pokemon. So I've lost my prized possession Wailord that I got from my friend Tommy. Both my Victinis. I was so upset.
Man, you were telling me about that.
I'm still upset to this day. That happened like what, 7 years ago? I think? Not 7. Well, Victini was black and white.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So
Honestly,
sad.
Personally, I don't care about the national debts versus the regional debts.
For me, it was just I was mad because I mean I can't get Quilava.
I
You know,
mean,
that's the only reason.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I was mad. But then I was just kind of like, well, I guess I mean half the time we don't even get them until the end of the game when we can get all these features. I
Yeah.
was like, well, I'm just gonna enjoy it, and I mean I love this game. This game is freaking great. I've played it once already on my own personal time, and then now we're doing this Let's Play on the channel. And I mean, some of the designs are hit or miss here and there, but I mean that's with everyone.
Yeah, there's always gonna be those Pokemon that just doesn't look good.
I mean,
So-
for my money, I was never a big Magneton fan.
Oh no.
I was not expecting that. It's okay. The Dynamax battles don't actually kill the Pokemon.
yeah.
Okay, strong. Strange.
Yeah, let's see. Since I really played the first 3 gens, I was used to like not getting all my Pokemon from the other generations. So I was like, oh, you can actually get them all in the other games. That's crazy. That's cool. But then like when Sun and Moon came out, I forget if you can get them all in Sun and Moon.
You can get a good amount, I believe.
Yeah.
If not all of them. I'm not too. I don't remember too much about like Sun and Moon.
For Sun and Moon, there was definitely like a Pokemon. There was like 4 or 5 Pokemon you couldn't get unless you got the other version, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But I mean, with the whole internet thing, it like basically became null and void because you could just get them later.
Yeah. I forgot. Did having like the Pokebank make?
That made it too easy.
Yeah, and can you port Pokemon from the Pokebank to this game or not?
No, you have to put them from Pokemon to Pokemon Home and then here,
Okay.
which is a whole thing. Come on.
All right. But anyways,
Yeah, we're gonna be here for a minute. Yeah.
I'm not
and-
mad about it. People are just that salt.
I mean,
So-
I mean, I get it. You know, I want to be able to play a Pokemon game with my favorite team, the one, the only.
The one team, and I will refuse to play use other Pokemon. Blah blah blah
But
blah.
at the same time, it's just like, dude, enjoy the region. Like, it's a good game. It has great catching mechanics. It has great side mechanics, and you know, surprisingly, it's actually really character driven plot for a Pokemon game, which is mostly just plot.
Yeah.
Right, I hate this thing. But yeah, so I mean, you can be mad all you want. It's just,
What's the point?
yeah, what's the point?
There is
You're getting mad as long as they change the
people are
practice.
at the end of the day just mad that they can't get their select 8 Pokemon they want to run and don't want to try. It's like that's the fun part of this game. You just grind it out.
Yeah, dude.
You just use different Pokemon. I've been forced to.
Oh, but yeah, no, that's all good points, guys. All good points. I mean, like I said, we can see it, but it's just like whatevs, man. This game's great.
Well, Pokemon's always gonna be great. I just I'm more excited about the more new stuff they keep adding on than just like, oh, they take away a certain Pokemon because of its region. It's like I like the aspect. I like that more than like, oh, just find the 6 Pokemon you want to run every
Mhm.
game.
Yeah, well, I mean, like they could always add it later.
It's
not
like-
like the systems don't have enough space for it.
Yeah.
I mean, people are out here getting mad about like, oh, there's not enough variation in animations and all that good stuff. It's like, look at all this nonsense.
You got a
This is-
full region that it is bigger than
In
like,
a cartridge size smaller than the 3DS cartridge.
yeah.
Like, y'all forget about that. Like it's been always like this, you know.
Right.
And then it's just like, oh, but it's on a mainline console. It's just like, it's a portable console. Like, I get it. People expect like PlayStation level of nonsense in a lot of these games, but it's a Switch. The Nintendo specifically,
Doesn't have super powerful consoles.
yeah. Like in every interview you hear, it's not even that they don't have super powerful consoles. It's that every interview ever, they're always like, we focus on the games first, then whatever the hell everybody else wants to pretend it's important. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Another big thing with the patience game. Give it patience.
Yeah. Like, whatever.
well, like, it's not like Pokemon's gonna stop being good.
I mean, yeah, like this game proves it altogether. Like everybody
Right.
was so like, "Oh, we're gonna boycott this game. We're
Oh
we're
yeah,
not gonna
like
buy it," and then
it's like 10,000 people didn't buy the game out of millions.
out of
Okay.
millions, yeah. And it's
So basically, half a city didn't buy the Pokemon game. Guess what?
because
that
guess what?
group of
There's,
people
there's
are idiots.
thousands of cities everywhere else.
like, guess what? You're an idiot, and it's also like the market's still super big in Japan, and
Yeah.
like,
I mean, like think about it like this: it came out, everybody loved it. Critics are like, "Oh man, this is actually really good."
yeah,
You know,
we
it's
didn't
one of the-
even notice that we didn't get the certain Pokemon we've grown to love for the last 20
Yeah,
years.
it actually became one of the top-selling Pokemon games in its history.
Yeah. All because people wanted to boycott it. It got even more hype. It's like, oh,
Who knows?
we want to see how many people miss out on such a great game.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you think, John?
John fell asleep.
Oh shit.
Grandpa John.
John.
Yawn.
Y'all know this cut. You fell asleep, bro?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
you
Lord.
missed the whole rant, bro.
Oh, we were just
Yeah.
ranting about like people boycotting this game.
Is it too cold, John? Do you want me to close the window?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's just a window. That's my bad.
Oh,
Okay, you need to
the
respawn.
window's closed.
I need a respawn.
You need respawn? Go get some.
I'll get some.
We'll take a quick break.
Oh.
We're back. I'm awake. I've had some energy poured into my veins and gullet, and I got a bag of chips.
Oh boy.
Mark's on Tinder.
I'm always on.
So I had another topic
So
I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I was kind of the bad guy of the last episode because I fell asleep. And so I apologize for that. But in the same vein, I was wondering, who's your guys' favorite villain team?
villain team?
Yeah, who's your favorite Pokemon villain team?
Oh, by the way, this is all gonna be one episode, so no worries.
All right.
Favorite villain Pokemon team? I'd say. That's a hard one. Like, I kind of want to be just basic and say Team Rocket. 'Cause I mean, they had one of the best bosses, or at least one of the more memorable bosses.
Giovanni.
But like the team itself is kind of like meh.
I don't remember much from. Like,
I'd say Team Skull.
I
Skull.
was gonna say, yeah, Team Skull.
Team Skull had a lot of personality.
They had the sauce.
And a fire thing.
Yeah, dude, their theme was fire. They came at you with the poses, and they all had like some sort of personality. It wasn't just like, oh man, we're gonna tell the boss and then run off. I mean, to be fair, most of the encounters were that, but you know,
we gotta run. They ran away. Like, oh, we can't do this.
yeah. But that was their gimmick. They were a bunch of wimpods, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I liked it because like they were told they're the screw ups.
Yeah.
They're the rejects. They're the kids who couldn't like.
Be.
They were the rejects.
They couldn't do the trial, and so like,
hold up, John.
screw it.
Can you
We're
pause it?
gonna make our own. We're gonna make our own city. We're gonna take over our own city and do our own thing. We're Team Skull.
Yeah, I think conceptual wise. I think conceptual. Yeah, I would like Plasma. Plasma was really cool. I don't remember much about what happened with that team. Besides that, N was a good villain, in my opinion. If I yeah, if you remember N from Black and White, I liked him as a villain or nemesis role.
I didn't play Black and White. Yeah, it's all good.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah,
It's all. It's
yeah. I
as
think
the
my
Japanese
favorite.
would say Dai Jobu.
Yeah,
Super.
like Plasma was cool, and then my favorite enemy to go up against was N.
I like playing.
Yeah, I
Wong.
was actually gonna say, you know what the real question is? Who's your favorite rival?
Yeah,
Favorite
like N
rival?
was like both a rival and a villain, but he was tricked to be.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fun just beating Wally up like a bully beats up a nerd.
He wasn't a rival. He was just. I don't even know. I don't even think that Jim
Oh,
had a real
crap.
rival.
Let's see. I want to choose the new. I honestly want to choose the new gym because I love Hop,
Beady.
Beady, or Bead, and I love Marnie. I love Marnie the best. So Marnie, Hop, no, yeah, Marnie, Bead, and Hop.
So like,
No, I like Marnie the best though.
as a rival,
Yeah, no, they're great rivals.
what's his name from Sun and Moon?
Hal,
Yeah, not
or Gladian.
Gladian. He was just too serious. It was great.
He was the whole edge of the. He was all edge, you know.
It's like his poses
No
reminded
chill.
me of Owain from Fire Emblem Awakening. Oh, the sword hand takes me.
He's like from Soul Calibur. He's like Soul.
It's like everything was about it. He was about that energy, and then his sister
And
over
then you
here was like,
realize
"Oh."
he's not the bad guy.
It's like, I'm just here to try to be the best. I'm here protecting my friend.
And my sister. Oh, actually, that's another one. Who's your favorite companion?
Companion.
I'd say.
Like,
Question.
From
yeah,
the TV show?
from the game. Who's your favorite like ally?
Well, I guess it would be
'Cause I really like.
for me it would be Dawn from Platinum, but like she doesn't really companion you. I mean,
Yeah, Lance was a fun one, because Lance was the champion. You just started wrecking stuff with him. Remember when he hyper beamed that store?
Oh yeah. This whole ass came in, said none of that noise.
And hyper beamed the store. They make a reference in this game actually. One of the guys in the game is like, yeah, I used to be a secure. My whole life changed the moment I was hanging out at this gift shop, and a guy hyper beamed in the store. I decided I'd go train and might be the best after that.
Nice. How about in the TV series? Who would you say would be the best?
What?
In the TV series, who do you think would be the best? I'm very partial to this new girl. What's her name? Not the newest one, but from the one in X and Y.
Serena.
Yeah, Serena.
Serena? Yeah. She is the one that won. She got to like third base.
Yeah, she got the third base with Ash.
Even though Misty was like, I'm playing the long game. You're marrying me, stupid.
You guys be careful. Because third base means very different things in very different circles.
Or it's like what
Fine.
second base is like the most common in the
The
game for
lips
kids.
they touched.
And the circles that I ran in, first base was kissing, second base was copping the field, and third base is all the way. So I don't think I'm gonna sing.
That's the whole point of going home. That's home run right there.
Yeah,
Home
that's
base is
fourth base.
something else.
That's home base. Yeah, that's fucking dude.
For us, for us, first base was kissing.
For us, first base was hand holding. Second base was kissing.
See, this is already relationship stuff. You're like, they're already in a relationship. The first base, yeah, they're making out. Second base, they're copping he's copping the field. He's going under the bra. Third base, he's going into the panties. She's going under the boxers. And then third base,
Damn, John, you're
that's the circles that we ran in.
yeah, y'all had some intense circles.
We had a lot of teen pregnancies in my high school.
I mean, same, but still.
Yeah, we keep
whatever.
it wholesome here. I don't know.
What do you mean, wholesome?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you
But
never.
sorry, back
right.
to Pokemon.
but yeah, like Serena was cool. My favorite is Silent to this day. No matter how many people hate on Silent,
I didn't hate
he's the
him.
freaking best.
I thought Silent was just a more boring Brock, honestly.
Yeah,
I hate-
Silent was just
He was just
he
like,
was the most
"Oh,
condescending
recipe."
man, and it was beautiful.
He was
and then
happy
my
to
second,
be recipe.
I didn't. Okay.
I'm all about I like your sauce, but it's not good enough though.
I like Brock so much, and I just got mad they couldn't keep Brock. I
Oh,
understand
were you one of
why.
those people that was mad as shit when Tracy came
Oh
on?
yeah, I love
Oh,
that.
Tracy
I
sketch
was
it.
also a child, so
Y'all remember Tracy?
Oh, I
Tracy
don't like
sketch it,
Tracy.
boy.
I'm like, why is he here? You know why they put Tracy in though, right?
Oh, was it? Why?
Because they put Tracy in because it was around that time when they started doing Pokemon in America,
Damage control.
and then they thought that
Brock would be too weird.
Brock would be culture insensitive. They're like, oh, we don't know if we want this guy.
And then the
here.
Americans were like, "Nah, we love Brock."
Yeah, I thought he was
They'll
in the
bring
dark
him.
skin community or the Asian community. Or everyone's community, they thought he was gonna offend, but that was gonna offend a community. And
Well,
they're
it's not just it wasn't
no.
just the face. It was also
like
like
the womanizing.
the womanizing and everything. That was what what they thought that was gonna affect them, and then they turned out they were just like, yeah, they were fine with it.
Everyone loved.
Everybody forgot that Master Roshi was a thing.
Yeah.
That
That
Roshi
and
was
Brock.
way worse.
Yeah, he was.
Brock was just like, I'm
like-
trying to whole ass just get a
I
girlfriend
want
right
a
now.
girlfriend. That's what like. I want to fuck.
Oh, little lady.
I'm an old man.
How old are you?
18. You're good. I'm 83.
No, he's 237.
I tell the ladies I'm 83.
You gotta make myself seem
I
young.
tell them I'm
Thunderbolts.
octogenarian. Make me seem young. But yeah, my favorite partner had to have been May.
May.
I liked May from Gen 3.
Yeah, yeah.
See, my thing is, she came along with Max.
Yeah, she
So
got
that was a
carried by
problem.
Max. Max carried that. Max for me
Max
was,
was like fucking just saying
he's
it
the
how
real
it was.
prodigy.
Max was. I didn't hate Max. I enjoyed Max actually.
But yeah, I don't know why people hate on him, but it's him
For
silent.
me, it
but
was just
he's
he was
the best.
annoying
No, I can see him being annoying.
because he was like
looking back on it.
he yeah. Remember, I'm the oldest of 3 siblings, so I can see why people find him annoying because he's just like the younger brother that's being a little bitch, you know.
Yeah.
Like you come in, it's like, oh man, that battle was difficult. It's like, well, if I was a trainer, it wouldn't be that bad. I knew the type advantage. I'm like, shut the fuck up, Max.
He's like the peanut gallery. I get it. Like I get why he's annoying. Like I never hated him that much.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, we
you did it. But yeah, I never hated Max personally. Who I met.
Who was your least favorite companion?
Least favorite?
Because mine was
Tracy.
fucking Iris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's
she
why.
was she was all the bad parts of Max
Max.
and all the bad parts of Misty.
Yeah. Yeah, Iris
I
was
liked Misty,
terrible.
though.
That's why
Wrapped
Silent,
in
my
a
boy
9-year-old
Silent was the
outfit.
best. See, if Iris was just a better character, Silent would have been the worst.
Yeah,
That's
companion.
fun fact.
But that's why I love Silent. He
Only-
got by because he's not bad.
He's not the worst.
He's not the worst.
really
That's-
wasn't.
The
though.
only cool thing about Iris is the fact that apparently her, Hop, and the champ or Leon are cousins.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, canonically she's cousins with Hop and Leon.
Hop and Leon. Yeah,
Oh damn.
they are the relatives.
Yeah, so
Okay.
they apparently have 2 champions.
Oh.
That's why he has a Charizard, because dragon. And he has a
It's not
Hex.
a dragon.
he has a Hexy, right? Or what? Haxer?
Haxorus, yeah, because
Haxorus.
that's Don's. That's Iris's Pokemon.
Mm.
But yeah. Alright. Officer Joy and Nurse Jenny.
Oh, dude,
I messed that up.
I'm on Officer Jenny. I'm Officer Jenny Stan.
I like Nurse
Oh.
Joy.
I like that spunk.
Jenny before they did the changes.
Fun fact, John, there was a word that I'm very attached to, and it's vivacious.
Ugh.
And yeah, and Officer Jenny is very much that.
Ugh. That sounds
I like Jenny from the older times, before they changed.
When she would show up more often.
Yeah.
She would actually arrest people.
Because like her new designs are like, oh man, she's cute now, but no, it was all about that office lady officer look for me, though.
Dude,
Office
yeah, no,
lady
I'm down.
officer.
I'm down with that.
That was
look, Mark.
like
I
shit,
understand.
shit. You trying to arrest me real quick, bro?
I think I like Nurse Joy more is because like they do. Well, I see you. One Nurse Joy gets way more screen time because their Pokemon are always exploding.
Yeah.
Um,
And Pikachu needs to go to the doctor. all
Pikachu
the
ate an
time.
apple and it's choking on it, so we're gonna send him to the
Pe-
hospital. But in like the games, they like change her design and stuff sometimes too. I was like, yeah. I remember when
Yeah.
I first noticed that Nurse Joy she bows to you when like you leave. I was like,
think-
oh
I think Officer Jenny only shows up like once, right?
yeah. Oh,
And that was Pokemon
sorry.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Can't catch that yet, John. you know that.
Remembering Joy.
Jenny,
My favorite
oh,
episode
Joy,
about Joy was the
oh,
the
Joy.
kid Joy, the surfer Joy.
Surfer Joy.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Like she was the youngest Joy in the region,
Mhm.
and she was like, "I'm still training, but I'm over here trying to live life."
Well,
As a
still
surfer.
training.
Ooh. Oh, did you see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that was weird.
He existed and then he didn't.
He
Ah!
shoved- He pulled an Ant-Man.
Yeah. Now, hear me out. This is more like a hypothetical question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of both Norse Joy and Officer Jenny, who do you think Brock actually had a better chance of ending up with?
Nurse Joy.
Right?
I forgot which Joy it was. He got.
There was
real
a
close.
specific Joy.
I think you and I are talking about the same one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. I
It
just
was,
say Nurse Joy because Brock takes the path of a Pokemon breeder, and so
But no. There's a specific Nurse Joy that he's really into.
No.
It's a little weird how much he knows about her. It was I think with the Vermilion City Nurse Joy.
Was that
Who
the
you
one that was
did
like the
know?
more badass one?
Yeah, I think so.
Like the one that actually like was traveling out and stuff?
Yeah, I could be completely wrong.
Right.
If
Cause like
I'll
I
look
know
it up
for
some
sure
other
he
time.
got really close to dating one of the Joys.
mm-hmm.
But they had to leave town.
It's always they have to leave Tom. John.
I'll tell you, just let me stay.
I don't know if she was that or like they were gonna go out, but that got retconned.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean he has like a partner now, I guess, or some shit like that.
Is he dating Olivia for real? For real?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Did they? I didn't remember. I don't remember how
I
they
think-
did
I
that.
think-
There was a big thing on social media, like Brock has a girlfriend now. They're both rock type trainers.
I think they just hinted at it. And
Yeah,
if,
they
if
did-
it's,
they did
I mean, if
enjoy
it's
it.
real, awesome, dude. Go you, Brock.
Yeah.
Just
Got
like
yourself a rock lady.
just
She'd
like
rock hard, just like me.
Misty Ash is retconned.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That was super retcon because you know Serena won. She's
She's
out of
the-
all the partners that like out of the 3 girls that really wanted to go out with or go
It's
somewhere
funny
with
because I
Ash.
think May wanted to, but she was not in her feelings enough.
She was like, I'm more into the pageant. I'm just hanging out with a dude who's not my brother and is not this weird guy who's crushing on every girl. He's the most normal guy around. He's just
And he's throwing logs at people.
yeah. No, that wasn't Gen. That wasn't Gen 3. Luckily.
Then like with Dawn, Dawn became like that best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Like-
she was best friend material the whole way
She was
because she
like-
was just as into the pageants as Ash was. Because she's the one that got him into it, wasn't it?
Hey Don.
Yeah, Dawn got Ash into the pageant thingies.
Was it?
Yeah,
Or
'cause,
was
like,
it?
'cause
Well,
remember, they
yeah,
even
he
traded
learned about it
Pokemon.
with May, right? And
Yeah.
no, wait. Well, who was
Yeah.
first?
May.
Yeah, May
Because
was
pageants were just in Gen 3.
So it was
Contest.
May.
Excuse me, Pokemon contest.
Nah, they're tunny boo boo child. Wow. Child talents.
Yeah, so May comes first, shows him what's up, but he's just like, no, I rather battle. And
It's like,
so he goes and battles.
I'm not a good battler.
And
And you know, Ash won one though before they left.
he won the Battle Frontier.
Oh, I
He
thought
was-
he would. No, he joined the contest at the end of
Yeah.
May's journey.
Yeah, and then Dawn really brought it out of him when he showed her that contest could help him win battles.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
that
because
one
of
move,
Piplup?
that one maneuver that Pikachu learned.
Yeah.
Like Piplups,
This fucking
Dodge.
dodge roll, his
his
Elion roll.
yeah, his barrel roll.
Yeah.
Piplup showed the barrel roll one time.
The one time, and then Pikachu was like, "I'm gonna use that," and he did, and he won against whatever Rourke.
I have to think Pikachu's in the. They should end up Pikachu dying of old age.
He dies of old age. Ash is still 10. It's like, Pikachu, why?
Why?
Oak replaces Pikachu with a new one every year.
Oh, no, it doesn't tell me.
This one is a little thorny.
Thornelius.
Thornelia.
Yeah, Thornelia. Thank you.
Whew. It's surprising. Like I thought there would be more companions, but there really hasn't.
There's
Well, 'cause,
been
I
like
mean,
8
Brock
generations
had
of
a
companions.
what's it called a monopoly on that for a hot minute,
He was
Yeah.
for 3 generations.
and then Misty was like, "You're old and busted. We need the new hotness," which was May.
Every
Like,
generation. they would get rid of
Misty peaked, and that was sad.
At
She
the end,
still had a
peaked-
she still had a good journey, especially in third gen. It's a water based area. She
Yeah.
would have rocked it.
That's why they had to get rid of her.
Yeah, she
they
would've
put a
been
fire
OD.
type trainer.
It would have been OD, and Psyduck was already like, I can focus now.
Yeah, I had power.
But no, yeah, that's great. I actually had a crush on Missy as a kid.
She was cool.
She was cool.
She had
She
the
was-
denim
I
shorts.
mean,
Swimsuits.
my crush was May.
Well, I'm also older than you, Mark. Yeah, like not by much, but those couple years mattered. I was at the acceptable age to still crush on fictional characters.
For me, I didn't really have a crush on any of the Pokemon ladies. Maybe May.
I thought May was cute.
Like,
but
yeah, but nah, not like actual crush.
I had a crush on it. I guess I was like maybe like 11 or 12, so it was like the most extent that crush could be. So it wasn't like I like her.
Oh,
She's
not even the like some of the professors.
Nah, Bulma.
my.
But that's a topic for another story.
I liked the new one. Fucking Sonya's hot.
Hmm?
It's the new one, Sonya.
Oh, Professor Sonia.
Professor
Yeah.
Sonya.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah, dude.
That's
She can
Ginger
get
I
it.
want to go out with.
She can get it. You know who else can get it? Professor Juniper.
I didn't play that generation.
Oh, dude, she can get it all day.
Yeah.
Sorry,
But
it's
I'm
something-
married, so it don't matter. Ha 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 ha.
Man.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
That was Annihilation.
Who'd he kill?
Well, yeah, no. Like I really enjoy Pokemon. I remember we were watching Sun and Moon for a while. We fell off really hard. No, that was when we were watching Sun and Moon and Sonic Boom.
For what?
Me and you were just watching it.
Watching
You-
what?
Huh?
On what?
On Netflix.
Oh yeah,
We
no,
were-
Sun and Moon was actually solid.
We were
Like,
enjoying
I like,
Sun and Moon. We
I
didn't
like-
get super far.
I liked the plots of it.
Yeah,
And then
and-
I watched the hell out of X and Y because Marty was bored,
Mm-hmm.
and it was on Netflix.
I think it might still be on.
It is.
Probably
It is.
And we actually got through most of it. I saw the final battle. I think it was pretty choice, if I do say so myself, for X and Y.
I forgot how
where
X and Y ended.
X and Y ended with Ash going to the final. He actually made it to runner up
With Greninja.
with Ash
Ash
Greninja.
Greninja, which I hated.
Oh, dude, it's the worst.
I hated
But
Ash
he
Greninja.
should have won that. Like,
Oh yeah,
last.
I remember right. Everyone was super mad.
No, because that was the best team Ash would
The
ever
Gudra,
have.
Pikachu, Greninja,
Gudra, the Wyvern fucking thing.
Noivern.
And Charizard back at it again.
And was Snorlax in that one too?
No,
Oh, actually, here, let me check out the team.
I got it. You're fine.
Okay. Because the team was definitely pretty sauce.
But yeah, no, I remember everyone was mad about that part actually.
Oh yeah, I'd be too. Shit, like
Yeah.
this was actually one of the few regions where like I feel Ash should have definitely deserved it. He definitely deserved it.
Yeah, and then I do agree now. Like, Ash did not deserve to win Sun and Moon.
Oh, especially that Rowlet.
He
fight.
did not deserve to win.
That Rowlet battle made me mad because he should have been disqualified at least twice,
Yeah,
maybe a third time.
But like Ash won with a region that barely developed. So okay.
Okay, his team was a Pikachu, Greninja, Talonflame,
Yeah, Talonflame was
Hawlucha, Gudra, and
Oh, yeah.
Noivern.
Oh yeah, his team was broken,
Yeah,
It was a
dude.
good
and
team.
he was actually winning. And then I think they held off until like they held off the last battle for an episode, right?
What?
Which
Didn't they fight a legendary or something in this one? Right?
In the new one,
think-
yeah, he fought against Tapu
No. I meant like in the Kalos League. Wasn't there a legendary they had to fight?
No, it was
Yeah.
just actual trainers. But his main rival had a Charizard X.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that in the Elite Four,
They didn't
in
have
which
it in the
one someone had a legendary Pokemon in the Elite Four.
Well, remember in the region they don't really have Elite Fours. It's just the
Sorry, I meant the championship.
yeah. No, I don't think so. I mean, we could check. Either way, he made it all the way to the end.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, his Sun and Moon team was pretty weak.
It really was. The strongest one was
The strongest one was that Lycanroc.
Lycanroc. They invented a form for Ash.
Yeah, again.
The Dusk form.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
The
that's
dumb
stupid.
form. I
There
mean,
was also-
Lycanroc, it was a cool dog.
His metal man
Oh god, that thing.
that they made the new Pokemon, then gave it to him.
Ugh.
They made a new Pokemon Go, and they gave it to Ash.
I don't even know what that thing is.
They gave him a Rowlet and Pikachu.
Yeah, 'cause, honestly, that Rowlet should have evolved.
He should have. And he had Incineroar.
No, he didn't have Incineroar.
Yeah, he did.
He had the pre-evolution of Incineroar.
I could have sworn he had Incineroar.
I'm pretty sure he didn't have it.
No, he
Double check,
didn't.
yeah,
He had Torracat.
yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause Professor Pookie had Incineroar.
That's what it is. So I remember seeing Incineroar animated.
Yep. Yeah, no, he had Torracat.
Wait. Yeah, I don't get it. Why didn't Ash wind up having a Decidueye?
It was a weird generation because How had Decidueye. Because they put How in. I don't know why they put How in.
Who?
How?
Who's that?
Yeah,
The rival.
the rival in
Oh,
the
yeah.
games, he was in it.
Oh, wait.
And like he wasn't even in
was.
the school thing that.
No, yeah. I thought they were going to do that. Like, oh, you're both going to school together. They'd be better trainers. And it's like, no, they just show them in the end. Because I thought they were going to I thought they were either going to follow the plot of the game or really just insinuate the Pokemon school so Ash can become a better trainer. And it's like, I liked those ideas, but
I mean, which by the way was just that's a bad idea.
yeah.
That
I mean-
was Sharna.
I think they should have done the Island Challenge and with Ash, Lily, and Hal. Because they also changed Luzamine. They changed how Luzamine is and how like Gladion was and all that stuff. Like
They're not even like challengers. They're just kids.
They were there.
They're literally just kids.
the whole thing about Gladion and Lily is
Spoilers for the Sun,
Sun and Moon
games.
is like Luzamine was the villain. She was trying to rip holes to make fight Ultras and
Like,
get
Which
powerful
I mean, it
Pokemon.
kind of happens.
Huh? What?
Which I mean, I guess kind of happens.
It
you know?
did. She achieved her goal, but it messed her up apparently. And then
wasn't she stuck in space time?
no, she combined with the Pokemon. You had to fight the Pokemon, and it messed her up. But Lily went to Kanto to talk to Bill. Cause she's like, oh no, yeah, there's a guy
Because
who
the man Bill over here out
he
here being
fused with the
obsessed.
Pokemon, and we're gonna go.
See how he's faring.
Yeah.
I
Which I was
heard-
like, oh, cool. It's a throwback to Gen 1, which I thought was really neat.
I heard he had a lot of therapy.
He still has the dreams. But no, yeah, like,
I actually really liked Muna as a Pokemon.
which one?
Muna and
Oh.
Musharna.
I like I like the mammals based off of the,
Oh wow, she died already?
Yeah.
The fuck?
You didn't even go big.
Who knocked her out?
You did.
I did?
Yeah.
You and Salazzle. Salazzle's flamethrower, you headbutted, it died.
You headbutted it twice.
I didn't even see.
You didn't even Gigantamax.
I was looking at something else.
You just sauced.
Oh man. Time is skipping forward, guys. This is
Oh,
Power
man.
King Crimson. John Help.
Uh,
And Johnny Joestar.
Yeah, what other stuff you guys want to talk about?
Luzamine is also best MILF in the game.
Correction, Cynthia's best MILF in the game.
No. They did hint at her being a villain, but then didn't follow through with it.
Cynthia? Oh, the anime?
Lusamine, yeah.
Yeah, Musamine.
Like, I don't know. I feel like, whatever. They should have done, like, them doing the
They had no
challenge.
direction with Sun and Moon, honestly.
They didn't have any direction, then, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
like they
think they just
committed
did
to
one.
like
School.
the school thing, and then that basically lost whatever Ash was supposed to do in Sun and Moon.
Yeah, because, like, they like, okay, now
And,
you're
like,
going to
you
learn
meet
the,
all the-
secrets of not Dynamaxing, Z moves. And I was like, you should have just done what you did before and just do an adventure on the islands, have a tropical, just Pokemon goes Hawaiian, Ash goes Hawaiian, Pikachu goes Hawaiian.
Yeah,
Just
and like
that.
they introduce all the people he was supposed to fight.
Exactly, you do that, and then
Like-
like you can still do the slice of life stuff because they try to make the season more slice of lifey.
You can
Yeah.
still do Rodeo Cho.
That's what is going on in the Sword and Shield too,
Yeah,
which is kind of upsetting. But I'm actually enjoying.
I enjoyed Sun and Moon a lot.
Yeah.
Like it was good. It's just,
I like the
felt like
animation
yeah. No, yeah,
and I didn't think the art style was bad
I like
because
the
it
art
fit
style.
the animation style they were going
Well,
for.
it
was
also fit
beautiful.
the vibe of the show. They were
Mhm.
going for like a very like school kiddie.
Very
look.
slice of lifey.
It was more fun than it was like Ash's quest, to be
become
the
the very
best.
best. His Kanye quest.
which is I don't know. Did you guys like the remake? The remake of the original song for Black and White.
I didn't listen to it. I'll be honest with you. I
Wait,
didn't
what?
watch Black and White. I literally watched
Black and
Gen-
White. Black
I
and White
watched what I
was
played.
Black and White was theme song was the original theme song, but it was a cover.
Oh yeah, I was hearing there
It-
about it.
It was a more
It was kind of like how I
hard
felt like
rock.
about your Flo's Chala. It was just like I guess it's there. Yeah, it's not bad, but it's not it's not the original. It's
You
not
know what was a
Chala.
good remix though?
So,
When Pokemon the first movie, when Ash fights the Dawn fan.
oh yeah,
yeah.
That was a great
freaking,
remix.
the-
Who freaked out when they saw Dawn fans? Like, what is this Pokemon? This weird elephant wheel.
It's funny because he catches one later on.
He gets
it's
a
a
Pampy,
Pampy.
yeah. Oh, when they do Gen 2, when they do the egg thing, everyone thinks the egg is Celebi, but it's a Pampy.
Well,
Yeah.
it's funny enough. The GS ball was supposed to be Celebi. It was supposed to be a whole arc,
They cut
but
it.
then no, they cut it
Cut it
because of the
out of time.
movie. Because the team was working on the movie, and they were like, "Well, I mean, we're already making a Celebi movie. Why make a Celebi plotline to the anime?"
Remember,
Did they ever
Professor
show it was
Oak
in the
has
GS
always
ball?
been friends with Ash.
Yeah, man.
They've always been friends, even before
It's
he
canon.
was born.
Yes. Did they show it was in the GS ball or not?
No, they just gave it a Kurt and then forgot about it forever. Fucking Kurt out here
course
taking
they did.
balls.
Balding guy. Balding professor. Okay, actually, yeah. Who's the lamest professor? Professor Birch is my vote.
I don't remember.
Professor
mine.
Birch's
No, Professor Elm.
dude. That's two, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I respect Professor L.
What do you know about Professor Elm?
Huh?
What do you know about Professor Elm?
Like
Exactly.
well, that doesn't mean he's lame.
He's
Professor-
lame because you don't know anything about him.
I would say Professor Birch is more lame because he literally got chased around by a level 5 Poochyena.
Yeah, but he has a daughter. He has a wife. And he has a wife and a kid.
He could have adopted and
And I get more personality off of him than just hey, my shit got stolen. Help.
I respect him more than Professor Birch.
I don't. Also, the Zigzagoons need to stop. Just too much.
How about you, Mark? Who's the lamest professor in your opinion?
I don't remember any.
You know who I didn't like?
They're all lame because he doesn't remember them.
It was about me and my quest. I don't remember about. I don't need to remember.
They gave me the means to cease production,
I don't
and
like
that was
Samson.
all.
Samson Oak annoyed me.
Samsung Oak wasn't a professor, even though
I
he was.
didn't say he was. I said Samson Oak annoyed me.
Why? Because his impressions were too spot on for you to carry on.
You know, he was just a tan Professor Oak, and that angered me for whatever
Oh,
irrational
Samson.
reason.
He's a tan oak.
He's a tan
Tan
oak.
oak.
Like, why is his name Samson?
He's a dark oak.
I'm sure there's a reason why his name was Samson, but I was like, that annoyed me.
It's just because Hawaiian people have a tendency to call their kids very strong names for whatever reason.
Samson's not a strong name.
Yeah,
Anything but ape.
bro, Samson's a whole biblical name thingy.
This doesn't mean it doesn't remind me of an ape.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure I saw a chimp in the zoo named Samson.
probably. I mean, you know, never know. It's a good name, strong name.
It's an ape name.
John, just because it personally means something to you doesn't mean that it means the same thing everywhere. Get over this.
No, I'm gonna look up good names for apes.
Good names for apes. Samson.
Christian.
Christian. Jack. What was the name? Mighty Joe Young.
Good monkey names.
Good monkey names.
This is dumb.
Yeah, why are you looking it up?
It's dumb.
Alright. This is a good grind session, guys.
Samson.
What is this house?
It's the Pokemon
It's
Daycare Center.
Oh.
We can breed.
Isn't there
in
like
the-
multiple daycare centers?
There's 2, I think.
Yeah, there's one here and there's one in like where you get the
15,000
in between one of the towns.
Mm.
Did you guys ever use the daycare center a lot
Back when?
in general?
I was too stupid growing up to learn how to use it.
I only liked using it, and like during Gen 2 and above, we can get
Look, it's the
eggs.
elephant. It's Elephant the elephant.
Oh, so speaking of the elephant, what's his name? I know Kaparaja is Gen 2, and what's the first form?
Wait, what?
The elephant.
What about the elephant?
No, what's its name?
Gen 2?
No, in this one.
Kaparaja?
No, that's the second evolution. What's the
Oh,
first
that's what
one?
you meant. I heard second gen, and I was just like, what?
Oh, the second form, I meant. Sorry.
Belgique, I guess.
I don't know, I'll look it up, but no, yeah, like I remember that a lot of people on like that I follow on regards to Pokemon stuff, they hate Copper Raja and everything. Like,
There
they
he
hate
is,
the
Jet Mark.
Oh.
There he is. He's a beautiful boy.
Like, I see Copper Raja evolves from Cuffant. Like, it was Cuffant or whatever. Yeah, a lot of people didn't
want
like
to
Copper
catch
Raja.
you.
I was like, what? It's not bad. It's like
Come on,
it won't go too
do it.
You can't. I used to taunt the Gyarados when I would play mine.
Don't you have to fish for it?
No, you have to get the.
No, you can fish
water
for
bite.
him. It's just. Ah, here we go.
Let's see, what type is it? Steel type. Yeah, like, 'cause they like, oh, the Dynamax form is literally just a box with a trunk. I'm like,
Well, there's a
"No."
reason for that.
Yeah, it's just like.
Because it's based off of the boxes that they used to keep carry generals in.
Oh,
Oh,
that's-
god, this thing. I hate Basculin.
Why?
Basculin is literally the worst fish Pokemon in existence.
Why?
Cause this is just the northern form, and the south form has
Is blue.
slanted eyes and it's blue.
Yeah.
And there's nothing appealing about it. It has some of the worst stats for a fish Pokemon, and it learns like Aqua Jet, and that's it.
I like its design.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
It's dumb.
I wish I had an evolution.
I wish they didn't take out Magikarp for him.
I like Basculin.
All right, DJ Khaled, I don't need you to die real quick. I need you to not die.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is DJ Khaled, John.
I saw it. I noticed. I said ew when I first saw it.
The best.
Is he also against giving fellatio to his female companions?
I don't know about that. You should ask him later.
I know DJ Khaled
Because before that, I think what do we call the first time? Was it Beats by Dre? Because he had like the two side things,
Beats by Dre.
and then
Yeah.
when he evolved, we were like DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
I don't think I ever listened to DJ Khaled.
And after that, he's gonna become Biggie Small.
Because you don't listen to him, he just produces for people.
I don't.
And then you
I
just
don't.
hear-
I don't listen to. Oh Hell yeah, I love this design.
Oh no, we can't do this.
DJ Khaled produced stuff.
We can't do this on the stream. He has to evolve on camera.
All right, well, I think this is a place to stop.
I'm gonna try to see if I can catch this Wilmer first.
Okay. Why don't you switch out Berserker then? Or switch out Meowth.
No, because I'm just gonna try to catch it. He already leveled up, so he won't level up for a minute.
Okay.
Come on, Wilmer. Come on, Wilmer. Oh, that's the wrong one.
Let's see. Mark, who's your favorite starter? Did you say?
Starter?
I think you did, right?
Yeah. It was Piplup.
Oh yeah, it was.
It's a
Piplup, and it tied with Oshawott.
I hated Oshawott line actually.
I only liked Oshawott's starting form, but I like Piplup as it evolved.
As a full line.
Yeah,
as a full line.
As a full line. Oh yeah, what's your least favorite full line? Mine is the Oshawott line and the Snivy line.
Mine's the Snivy line in general.
And it sucks because I love snakes.
Yeah, for me, it's like there was not one evolution I really liked out of the Snivy line. My wife actually really likes the Snivy line because that was her Pokemon. Surprisingly, she didn't go for the Emboar.
I don't like that generation actually.
I love Emboar, dude. Emboar is dope. It's a Herculean pig, John. What isn't there not to love? It's a little Herculean.
I like the
wrestler.
idea of it, but
Especially
I don't
the
like
shiny form of
execution.
Emboar. He had blue flames. It was really cool.
Like, it's a cool, like, out of the three, it's a better one, but I'm not crazy about Emboar.
Cool. But yeah, I think for Snivy, it was the only gen where like I didn't like any of the parts of that evolution line. Because like for each evolution line, I at least find something. You know, like for the Oshawott line were the first two evolutions. That was great. Emboar, I liked it all the way through. Ooh, hey.
Ooh.
That's a really nice catch, actually. Yeah, let's see if John method works.
You need a Pokeball for that method.
Too bad we're using the Great Ball. What else is there? That didn't work. Alright, time to die.
Try to paralyze it.
I can't. Might be able to.
No, I mean, like, if you paralyze it, don't catch it. Don't catch it.
Why?
It's worthless.
Why? Because it couldn't withstand the paralysis?
No, it's worthless because that means... Wait, no, catch it. I'm wrong. Catch it.
Why?
I'm wrong. Okay, I almost screwed you over. I'm sorry. Marini, I don't play competitively, but Marini is the only one that I would run competitively because of the ability you're going to get off of this one.
Nice.
Marinis only have two abilities, either Limber or Merciless. Limber means it can't be paralyzed. Merciless means when a target is poisoned, all attacks are critical hits.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, check or they do more damage.
I'll call her,
and then like...
Call her...
We are Venom. But yeah, and then it has an ability called that it has to learn. Check its stats actually. I want to see. Let's see, keep going. Yeah.
Merciless.
Critical hits to the target is poison. You teach it, yeah, Venom Shock.
Oh,
Venom
dude.
Shock does extra damage if the target's poisoned. So you get extra damage
Jesus.
and a critical hit.
Oh, damn.
And
so
then you
this
teach
thing is
it-
learning Toxic for sure.
You know what you do? You better. You teach it Baneful Bunker.
Baneful Bunker?
Baneful Bunker is like protect. Instead of just blocking a physical attack, it poisons the attacker.
Cool.
So yeah, I have a Toxic.
So basically, at the beginning of the match, hit one, get to hit one move with the protect, and then just nail the hell out of it.
Yep,
before that.
you Baneful Bunker.
Oh.
It gets poisoned.
He doesn't want to
And
get
then
caught,
you do
Mark.
Toxic. He does Venom Shock.
I thought it has to crawl too easy.
Huh?
I tried it already.
No, because it'll only let you do that if you have the water like.
Oh, that's
Oh, this
dumb.
thing's gonna die. Fuck.
I tried to do that to it. I was trying to use it on a Gyarados, but I couldn't get a Gyarados close to me.
Oh, anyway, I think we should end the podcast here. It's been a hot minute.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
Hope you enjoyed
hopefully
our
next
Pokemon discussion.
Yeah, hopefully next episode we'll be able to do this little sneak peek. We're gonna go watch Star Wars and we're gonna tell you guys what we think.
Yeah.
See you guys later.